Rücken Genshin Impact. Mit einer neuen Version wieder mal. Also dem einen oder anderen Legendenauftrag, Weltauftrag. Ich denke mal, mach mal den Weltauftrag und gucken wir den Legendenauftrag an oder an den Kronauftrag. Wird hier schnell gehen. Dann haben wir was Neues.
Whoa! This is way too many books! Considering this library organizing job is classified as a premium commission, Paimon came mentally prepared, you know? But seeing it in person is something else.
Why, if it isn't Cutie and Paimon? What brings you back to Mondstadt? Let me guess. You missed me so much, you just had to come visit. Is that it?
Ab und zu muss man sie besuchen.
You've become quite the flatterer since we last saw each other, haven't you?
Ja, sie hat uns durchschaut.
Found you! We were starting to think you weren't clocking in today.
Well, I wasn't planning to. But then, Catherine mentioned someone had finally accepted an important commission for the library. So I came to check on things. Might you both be here for that very commission by any chance?
So ist es.
Music to my ears. Now, as you can see, a certain anonymous benefactor has donated a large amount of books to us. Imagine my surprise when a glance down the book list revealed that each one would be an entirely new addition to our collection. There are books of all different kinds, including quite a few that are banned. Troublesome, I know. So this wasn't an odd job I could trust to just anyone. And sorting them myself? My, what a headache that would be. It would take ages. All that to say, I'm very relieved to see you here. I would treat you to some tea, of course, but looking at the state of this place, perhaps another time, yes?
Don't worry, just leave the commission to us.
You're as sweet as ever, Paimon. Well then, good luck in here.
Müssen wir jetzt Bücher einsortieren? Scheinbar ja.
Finally! We made it to the last stack! What even are some of these books? A Hilichurl's Guide to Running for Your Life? Do Hilichurls even read? Oh, and Basics of Whopper Flower Cultivation. Who'd grow one of those, anyway? And what's this one? The Little Witch's Dictionary? Huh. That title's kind of suspicious. And did we already sort this area? Did you notice it earlier?
Nein, und auf der Liste steht es auch nicht.
Huh. Well, witches always make Paimon think of, you know.
Yoo-hoo! Looking for me?
Alice? How did you get in here?
You must not have noticed, Paimon. I wasn't the one who barged in at all. When you opened that dictionary, you entered a mage's domain.
What? Ugh. Paimon knew that book had issues.
Have you ever read the storybook, The Little Witch and the Undying Fire, by any chance?
Glaube schon.
Splendid! That makes things easier to explain. This book was written as a dictionary for that other story. The actual contents of the two aren't related at all, though.
Ugh. That explanation makes things even more confusing.
Oh dear. Where should I begin? You know the promise the Hexen Circle made to Varka at the Tripartite Conference, yes? Namely, that in Mondstadt's greatest time of need, the mages would return and lend their aid to the nation. Waiting around for danger to descend upon the land isn't exactly our style. Rather than a scenario where we jump in and save the day out of nowhere, it makes more sense to lay the groundwork over time. That's how M put it. Besides, who knows when such a crisis could occur? It could be in the next life, or even tomorrow. Preparation is crucial. So, I gathered the mages together to write this dictionary. Of course, it had to be under the guise of being related to that storybook. Otherwise, I would never have been able to get them in one place.
Das klingt nach viel Arbeit.
Well, we looked into Barbie's scryglass and came up with a series of tasks tailor-made for the people of Mondstadt. They're all in this dictionary. Striving toward a common goal, overcoming obstacles alongside trusted companions, becoming better versions of ourselves. That is the best defense against what dangers could lie ahead.
Oh, you make it sound like something bad is actually about to happen.
Now, I never said that. But still, we are talking about trusted companions here, Paimon. And when we speak of a person who could be considered a friend to all in Mondstadt, I'm afraid the pool of options consists of but one.
Ja, das kommen sehen müssen.
Wait, the huge book donation? That was just an excuse to get us here, wasn't it? We had to spend ages sorting through them, you know?
Oh dear, I never could have imagined you would need to go to such trouble.
Uh-huh. Sure you didn't.
Well, this is an important book. I couldn't just bring it into Teyvat without taking any precautions. Much better to hide it in plain sight, you see. That's why I donated all those other books to the library. Besides, it's not like this is a bad thing. Just think of it as an excuse to reunite with old friends. And as a favor to your dear Aunt Alice.
Okay. If the goal is to help the people of Mondstadt, then we're in. We'll take the dictionary. And the next time we run into our friends, we'll pass your tasks and stuff along, okay?
Wonderful. Then I'll let you get to it. Have fun!
Aha. Wenn du die Aufträge von Aufgabe der Hexe abgeschlossen hast, kannst du tatsächlich Tente für die entsprechenden Figuren freischalten. Außerdem ändern sich bei Menschenfiguren die Fähigkeiten und Sternbildeffekte. Sternbildeffekte, die sich ändern. Jeder Auftrag von einer Aufgabe der Hexe ist einer bestimmten Figur zugeordnet. Du kannst die entsprechende Aufgabe freischalten, sobald du die zugehörige Figur enthalten und ihre Stufe mit. Ich habe alle Figuren mindestens auf 70. Ja, gut, das wird lustig. Aber gibt es grundsätzlich neue Bücher hier? Scheinbar nicht. Wir haben neue Bücher zwar eingeräumt in der Theorie, aber ja.
Now then, what would you like in return, cutie? You freed up my whole afternoon helping me with that. How about we spend it together?
Das ist mit einer Bezahlung.
Oh, that's all? Well, don't worry. I won't forget. Ah, so you noticed too. Such strange names, and even stranger contents. Not to mention, this is the largest library in northern Teyvat, and I didn't recognize a single title on the list. I just don't see how that's possible. Unless...
Actually, we just ran into...
Trouble, I presume? I think I'll steer clear if it's all the same to you. Besides, if a book exists in this world, then there's a place for them in this library. Better for them to remain here than end up in the hands of someone more... suspect. Anyway, here's your payment. Thanks again for all the help.
Yay! Aufgabe der Hexe. halt alle schon. Alle Sternbilder der Figur Sascha sind bereits aktiv. Du willst du dir wirklich ein? Welche? Ich hab halt alle. Hätte hier andere. Aber ich kann ja nur die 3. So Klee, Albedo oder so. Oder hier Durin. Warum nicht? Verstärkungsdetails. Dann nicht mal alle. Ich dachte, das sind alle. Alle annehmen. Aha. Die fangen einfach mal, würde ich mal sagen, hier bei ihr an. Wandelt das nach der Abschlussauffgabe der Hexe von Blumen des Wunderlands in eine Hexereifigur um. Seid, wenn sich in der Truppe mit 2 Hexereifiguren befinden, den Effekt Hexerei geheimes Ritual der Hexereifiguren verstärkt. Innerhalb von 15 nach der Beschwörung einer kleinen Windseele, den von Truppenmitgliedern in der Nähe durch heftige Schläge angegriffen und Fall. Okay, das ist so gesehen einfach nur. Sie werden halt stärker. Was muss man denn da so machen? Gibt's Werkbank in Mondstadt? Und vor allen Dingen. Welt. Das ist einfach jetzt bei jedem, den wir da hier machen können. Ich kann auch sagen, das ist eine Überarbeitung der Charaktere. Aber wir sind anders verpackt.
Given previous results, I should make a few adjustments to the experiment and ensure that the materials and equipment are all in order. As for the potion I need to make... Oh, Traveler, Paimon, what brings you here?
We're here to help with your task. We wanted to see if you could use some extra hands.
My task? Oh, you mean the one Mr. Albedo told me about? The one from the Hexen Circle? Well, you're just in time. The experiment is ongoing, and I was just about to work on it.
Ongoing? So, you've been working on it all this time?
Yes, it aligns with other research topics I've been working on, so it hasn't been too much extra work. Still...
What? Is there a problem with the experiment?
I've been unsuccessful, so...
Oh, so it keeps failing, huh?
It's not as simple as just failing. The whole theoretical framework behind this task is a bit more complicated than I imagined.
Also, was ist das genau für eine
Oh,
Aufgabe?
right! You still haven't told us what kind of experiment it is.
One meant to develop a potion that can transform sweet flowers into a variant 16 times its normal size. That is to say, the formulation of botanical augmentation reagent type 4, iteration 7. As you can probably guess, this is my 7th time running the experiment.
Na dann, auf zum 7.
So, basically, we need to make growth serum. Or...
Well, yeah, that's about right. This is my 7th attempt. But I didn't make many adjustments to the formula this time, because both the theoretical principles behind this experiment and the products of the process prove there's nothing wrong with it.
But you haven't succeeded yet, right?
Yes, I'm thinking that it's not my current formula that is wrong per se, but rather some other key element is missing.
Oh! Then Paimon knows just what to do.
Lass uns helfen.
We came here to do just that after all.
Here it is. That said, I'm still missing 2 ingredients.
Now that we can help with. What do we need to get?
I need spring water from Springvale to use as the base, as well as Eye of the Storm fragments. But that last one could be tricky.
We've got this. Let's go.
Wenn es nur
Let's
das
tackle
ist.
the Eye of the Storm first.
Wenn das solche Aufgaben ist, ist das halt wirklich nicht schwer.
Absorption test. Animal test.
Preparing for dust up. Let's get it on!
Hold the line. Covenant of the deep. All right, that's the first ingredient done.
Oh.
Wow, you 2 work fast. That step usually takes me forever. We can get the spring water down there. The high quality of Springvale's waters makes for a stable potion-making ingredient.
That's all we.
Und was ist das nächste? Nee.
Yes, let's head back. All right, the ingredients are ready and the cauldron is just over there, so we should be good to go.
Is something wrong?
No. It's just... Do you mind if I watch from the side? Just for the purposes of accurate recording, I mean. I know lots of people don't like being scrutinized during experiments, so...
Also, absolut kein Problem.
Thanks. Then, I'm ready to go whenever you are. I'll make sure to take detailed notes, too. So, are you ready to start the experiment?
Ja, packen wir es an. Rühre die Ingredienzen in den Alchemiekessel und versuche so viel gleich wie möglich abzudecken, um die Ausgewogenheit des Brauens zu erhöhen und die Ausgewogenheit 1% oder mehr Braun starten, um den... Okay. Hätten wir schon. Ein kleines Minigame. Ausgewogenheit erreicht. Haben wir alles schon drin? Ja.
That's it. Your execution...
Really?
Yes, I don't see any flaws in the brewing at all. Let me extract some and test the product's composition. Yes, like I said, flawless execution. The potion is perfect. It's exactly what I was expecting.
Na dann.
Oh? Was the 7th time the charm?
Upon examination, it seems identical to the previous 6 iterations.
Oh! Wouldn't that make the results identical?
Not necessarily. Experimental outcomes can differ even with similar variables all around. You never know what the result will be. That's what makes experiments valuable in the first place. Come, let's test this thing out. I planted some sweet flowers beforehand which we can use. We just need to douse them with the potion and see what happens.
Okay.
The snow. Have you ever seen such beauty?
Ja, war doch mal, war da nicht hier mal so ein Boss oder so?
Alright, we poured the growth serum on the flowers. Is that all we need to do?
Yep. The flowers need to fully absorb the potion, so it might take some time before we see a reaction.
What happens then?
The flowers will grow in size while maintaining their original appearance. But then, when they reach 12 to 14 times their normal size, this will prove more than they can bear. As if some upper limit has been reached, they will wither and rot, assuming unnatural forms until nothing is left of them but liquid.
Wait, what? So there's a problem with the growth serum then?
No, I've adjusted the formula time and again, resolving all kinds of issues that arise when inducing small plants to grow larger. Issues like ensuring that the leaves don't get too large, strengthening root diameter and load-bearing capacity, calculating how the increase in surface area might affect sunlight exposure and nutrition.
So, why isn't it working then?
Because the flowers cannot transcend. As above, so below, is one of alchemy's guiding principles. Alchemy seeks mastery over matter, but this world has its limits. It's like a specification etched into the law that governs all things. Part of the purpose of doing multiple experiments is to determine if this specification is stable.
Also ist Scheitern auch ein mögliches Ergebnis.
Exactly. It proves that the limit continues to exist.
Okay, this is all a bit over Paimon's head, but basically, you needed the experiment to fail to prove that the limits and borders in this world are stable? Oh, what a weird experiment. Huh? Looks like one of the flowers is reacting. Wait a second. That's not a sweet flower at all.
Careful! It's a whopper flower. It must have absorbed some of the potion. Wait, but that's happened before, and it's never gotten this big either. Can this mean...
We can talk about this later. Let's get rid of it first.
Das Gesetz der Grenzen.
Trust and rebuild. Billowing surge.
Ultimatum protocol. Clouds high. The birds call.
Phew, we did it. Even at that size, a whopper flower is just a whopper flower. But, was it supposed to get that big?
I could only make a rough estimate during the battle, but it looked at least 16 times its original size, maybe even larger. This means that the experiment worked.
Wait, but isn't that a good thing?
I'm still not sure what the implications are, but if further attempts succeed in reproducing this result, that means that something's different. Perhaps the limits and laws of this world are changing due to some unknown factor. I can't say if that's good or bad, but from an alchemical perspective at least, expanded boundaries means that more possibilities are now open to us. Either way, this brings my task to an end. That said, it could also be an effect of the person who made the potion. There could also have been something special about this particular whopper flower. There's a lot that still needs to be confirmed, so I suppose this task opens the way for further questions.
Well, we're here if you ever need some help.
Können wir diese Wachstumsserum mal an Paimon ausprobieren?
Just think about it! Paimon could probably beat a whole gang of treasure hoarders to a pulp if you were 16 times bigger.
Vor allem würde Paimon dann 16 Mal mehr essen. Wäre nicht gut.
I have my doubts. The only reason the serum worked on the whopper flower was because its internal structure was similar enough to a sweet flower. You might become 16 times bigger, but you might also turn into a plant-based life form.
Yeah, nope. That's not happening then. Oh, by the way, Paimon wanted to ask, why is all your research focused on things like sweet flowers and sunsettias?
Oh, that's simple. Both sunsettias and sweet flower nectar taste sweet. So in that sense, accidentally making a whopper flower 16 times bigger comes with a hidden benefit, because whopper flower nectar
Tastes exactly like sweet flowers?
That's right. Once I've extracted the sugar from the nectar, I'll give you some.
You get it!
Ein blühendes Wunderland. Aufgabe abgeschlossen. Geschenk der Hexenmacht. Die 7 Prinzipien.
I create...
Ja, also. Damit haben wir es also. Ah, steht dann auch da wegen abgeschlossen. Mal gucken, wie es bei Venti aussieht.
Clear weather all around brightens the heart.
Into the wind.
I'll take that as a yes then.
Venti?
Ah, finally, you're here! Do you have a message for me from someone by any chance?
Eine
There's
Nachricht?
not a single prophecy about you in that dictionary. That's what you were about to say, right?
Ja.
Oh? One moment then. Your curiosity seems as strong as ever, Barbeloth. Alas, my future will have to remain absent from your dictionary. The wind may be happy to let dandelions trace its form and have poets sing it into verse, but to be contained is hardly its nature.
So, dear Barbeloth, please do set your pen down. Words heard on the wind are not meant to be recorded on the page. If you're truly interested in this legend, allow me to fashion it into a poem. I'll be sure to share it with you ladies at our next tea party.
Barbeloth.
Barbeloth has always been a reasonable person, and I believe she heard my request. As such, our conversation should be free from interruptions for now.
Wait! Barbeloth was listening in just now? Paimon didn't notice a thing!
Well, she is a Hexenzirkel mage. They all have quite a few tricks up their sleeves.
Still, you noticed right away and even got her to leave us alone. Doesn't that make you the real master at cards here?
Given the various practical factors at play, I'd call myself a master with limits.
There you go, being all secretive again. Well, anyway, there wasn't a single thing about you in that dictionary.
Ja, sie hat einfach.
You being here is enough. Barbeloth's prophecy concerning me may be incomplete, but it's not incorrect. There's something I need to do, and I could indeed use your help.
Worum geht's?
Trusty as always. In that case, could you play a song with me later?
Ich meine, klar.
That's all. But don't worry, this isn't a performance to decide the fate of some consequential event. It's just a duet between friends. The last time I played this song, the howling gale was my sole audience, and the notes scattered in all directions, leaving only fragments of the melody behind. But now, with a friend like you by my side, why should the wind alone bear witness to this music? Besides, I think my hands will be just that much steadier, playing alongside a trusty friend like you.
Ich werde mein Bestes geben.
That's all I ask. Now, let's head to the performance venue. If we follow the breeze, we'll be there in no time. All right, let's get going. Just relax and let the wind lead the way.
Okay, wir lassen uns vom Wind halt tragen. So ein paar nette Aufgaben für zwischendurch.
No need to hold your breath. In and out. Easy does it. I let the birds know we would be coming, so we won't run into them. Don't worry, it's just a little ocean spray. You won't get soaked. Ah, the delightful sea breeze. Go on, breathe it in. We're almost there.
Hier waren wir ewig nicht mehr.
This island looks kinda familiar.
Diese Insel.
Not always. It was once an isle like any other. An ordinary, unassuming aggregation of sand and gravel. That is, until seeds of stories were brought here by the wind and cultivated by time. And in due course, the wind brought forth new tales, and time caused them to grow into legends. So with that, allow me to welcome you in truth to this island favored by time, traveler. This is the place where time and wind met in the distant past.
Whoa. You suddenly sound so serious, Tone Deaf Bard. Paimon's not sure she's following this conversation anymore either.
Fret not, dear Paimon. The best stories always start with a bit of suspense and intrigue. I told you about this before, remember? About how I encountered Time at the Thousand Winds Temple and received some help? Well, it was because of Time's help that those first winds of freedom were able to blow so strongly. But forceful gales like that are most suited to wiping things clean, not helping things grow. So, after a few crises in Mondstadt were resolved, I made the winds gentler. Just strong enough to bolster the people in times of need without knocking them off their feet.
Um genau was zu tun.
Shadows gather in the distance. I'm sure you felt it too. I've heard about the Pyro Archon's face-off with the ruler of death, Renova, and what happened to the Fatui Harbinger, the captain. And that's not even mentioning how abyssal activity has been encroaching closer and closer to Mondstadt. I fear the impending crisis may be beyond what humans alone can solve. In light of that, I need to be prepared. It is the Animo Archon's duty to intervene in times of need. As such, I, Barbados, will bring forth a wind strong enough to disperse whatever storm lies ahead. But if I whip up a gale of such strength in Mondstadt City, it would just turn the place upside down. Clothes, hats, the flowers that rest on people's balconies. That's why I chose to do it here. A place where I once offered an ode to time. Who knows? Perhaps time shows this island special favor precisely on account of my lovely, lovely music.
Wait, so is this place really that special? It sure doesn't look like it. There's a tide that ebbs and flows, and a bunch of birds that come and go. It just seems normal.
Time's impact on things isn't limited to what the eye can see. Think of it like a ripe sunsetia. If the outer peel remains intact, it's nearly impossible for the average person to tell whether the fruit inside is ripe. But even the tiniest hole in said peel will cause the fruit to rot, starting from that spot. Nestled in the hands of time, not one blemish marks this island's peel. Thus, time's influence on its very essence remains hidden to all. At the most fundamental level, of course, all things that lack time's favor will be erased at some point. But with the power that remains here, I can leverage time to draw a boundary around the wind. That way, the outside world won't notice a thing, no matter how powerful of a gale I whip up here. Of course, as the one requesting help, I should offer something in return. That's why I invited you here, traveler, so we could perform an ode to time together. Just let me know when you're ready. Oh, and I can lend you an instrument if you need one.
Wir sind bereit.
Great. Let's get started. Looks like our music has moved some in our audience to step on stage. But that's against concert rules, so let's usher them out. I understand your love for music, of course.
What?
But for
Rechnet denn nicht sowas?
Ultimatum protocol.
All right, that should do it. That was an exquisite performance, traveler. Thank you.
Wie krass, die du gerade entfesselt hast.
Don't worry. That power was mine and mine alone. No external help was involved. Think of it like tuning a musical instrument so that it might play melodies lovelier still.
Ha! So you do have some tricks up your sleeve. What else are you hiding, huh?
Oh, Paimon. How many tricks could I possibly have? I only have 2 sleeves, after all.
You know that's not what Paimon meant, Tone-Deaf Bard.
I have a feeling the wind is gonna be pretty strong today. We should head back to Mondstadt and tell people to hold on to their hats.
Und an Wachen des Windes. Ganz nett so ein bisschen die Nebenaufgaben, würde ich mal sagen. Und aktiviert dann halt ein paar Talente. Das schadet ja nicht. Ode an die Winde der Zeit. Die werden halt stärker.
Cleanup sequence in progress. Based on data from